All right, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel for another market update. So today I'm in a time crunch, so I have to record this video earlier, and I have to put, well, I mean, either way, I'm going to let you guys know how it is. And either way, I do see some things forming here on the chart that we might as well take note of, all right? Now, I do want to let you guys know, all right? It still stands. You get the close underneath June lows, like most likely, fear is just going to be induced, okay? Like a lot of people who are holding positions are likely going to be like, holy crap. Like, you know, they're gonna shit their pants. All right, I want to point out that you do have lower volume, but as we've seen the past few days, the volume spike has been at the very end of the day. Like, no matter where the movement was, the volume spike was at the end of the day. This day it was a rally. This day it was also a rally going into the end of the day. This day it was rally, and then you got a big sell-off volume right here. Rally, all right, sell off. Either my point still stands, okay? Like, it's in the end of the day, so I can't really talk about volume too much in this video because, like, it's not going to be accurate if I do. All right, but I can point out exactly what's happening. All right, and I just want to let you guys know I cut most of my call hedge. Okay, I told you guys earlier on Webull, if you guys are over there, I told you guys I was taking a call hedge. And that's just because I don't want to feel the pain I felt yesterday. And like, I got like pretty much all my money back that I was down yesterday, and then some. And there was just no reason not to you know, like, avoid the literal exact same scenario as I had yesterday. And I just want to let you guys know, okay, this is what I talk about, how pain leads to bad decisions. Okay, if I were to have just listened to myself over here, all right, I would already be in a call hedge. I would have gotten mass amounts of gains on said hedge. And honestly, I would have probably cut, because I told you guys, like, gap fill, okay? Like, gap fill was likely the spot where you were going to be reversing, all right? Like, we are in a very weak market, and I'm just saying, guys, there was no reason for you to be pushing up other than a bull trap short squeeze rally. There's nothing left behind it. There is nobody buying this dip, okay? Think about it. Everyone knows that the 08 moment is, like, honestly probably right around the corner, okay? Within the next few weeks, if we do end up staying down here. Now, if we get a short squeeze rally, then yeah, okay, that could be painful for the put sided things, but at the same time, like, I'm serious, guys, there's nothing pointing to that happening. There's no fundamentals pointing to why, like, investors should be buying down here. You got the big banks coming out saying they're not buying, like, Zip Trader's video, if you guys want to watch. I think it was last night or the night before. Just like, I'm just saying, guys, big money knows what's happening, okay? And I'm not even gonna call it an argument, but somebody in the comment section last night, and if you're listening to this, I'm just saying, I only listen to technicals. I literally don't care which way it goes, okay? But I'm not gonna go against technicals because it's with or without the crowd. All right, now on this channel, I do trade against the crowd, and honestly, in my opinion, the crowd was the one fucking saying that, oh, like, and by the way, crowd equals retail, okay? Like, retail. They are not the smartest of the bunch. They don't know how the market functions, and I'm telling you right now, it still stands, okay? Everything I've been saying the past week or two, still, it's the exact same scenario, okay? Like, straight up, the technical setup on the weekly and monthly time frame was garbage, okay? When you started pushing back up, yeah, I started getting worried that you might close above this. I'm serious, guys. It does not look like you were going to be having that. You have to literally push up $13 from where you are right now. And honestly, like I said, no one's buying this thing, okay? Like, it's 100% a bull trap. Guaranteed, everyone knows it's a bull trap besides the people who when I speak of the crowd, I'm speaking of retail, the people who don't understand the market, okay? Like, the reason everyone's on one side of the trade right now, 75% of the people, is strictly because all the market participants who actually control the derivatives market are betting on the downside. Like, they understand exactly what's happening, okay? It's not retail doing this. Like, I continuously see dumb retail comments in the Webull comment section about people saying it's oversold. I'm like, dude, you don't understand what's going on, all right? So, like, when I was saying in the comment section yesterday, just realize, all right? Just realize that is what I'm getting at, okay? The crowd, in my mind, equals retail. Retail literally continuously loses, okay? And there's a reason a lot of people just bag held. I know people in my personal life. I actually, like, yeah, I don't really know anybody who does trade the market, but I know I could point to a few people right now. I'm not gonna, obviously, that, like, hey, you're feeling so much pain. I know two people in particularly that just didn't sell, okay? Well, no, I know like 3 or 4 people in particularly that just didn't sell. And I've been warning all of my like personal people, okay? Anybody in my life, I've been warning you for months. I warned you about this, warned you about this. Like I've literally told everybody to sell at the top, okay? Like straight up. I barely like really knew what I was talking about back then when I was making YouTube videos, but what I did know is that we can come over here to the monthly MACD. If we come over here, we come over here, and like even I could acknowledge that, holy crap, we are going timber. Okay, let's just mark out where this was. Okay, like this thing looked horrendous. It looked absolutely horrendous when you got this cross. Like, yeah, it was a very solid chance you just started tanking. Okay, like look at that MACD. It's never since like '08, it has not came back down. It's just been straight up. This is COVID. This is what happened with COVID. All right, we were supposed to finally get our market crash over here, and they were supposed to let the whole financial system reset. People call it the Great Reset. I don't think a Great Reset is happening. Okay, straight up, I've made my case for why the dollar is not going away. Okay, the dollar is the reserve currency. It's the superpower. All right, why are they going to willingly give up the superpower? They're not. Okay, like that's the short answer there. And with the Bank of England, what they're doing is they're literally like, dude, what the hell is that? Everyone, anybody who understands the financial system can acknowledge that they are literally doing the exact opposite of what they should be doing in this situation. They're trying to prevent a financial crisis, when in reality, the only thing that will fix the whole inflationary problem that's causing the financial crisis is going to be a financial crisis, okay? I'm pretty sure Jerome Powell knows this. I'm pretty sure the whole Fed knows this, all right? They've been trying to prolong the inevitable. There's midterms. You got a lot of people saying, like, midterms, but it's a midterm season. Well, I'm going to be honest. If the market crashes, it's not going to matter. But also, all right, also, who says we don't, like, really dip down in October and then make a bear market rally for November? I don't understand why people are so blinded to that. It could very easily happen. I mean, we're like, as we speak, today we made new lows. Okay, like it keeps getting worse is what I'm saying. Okay, I told you guys that bulls weren't defending the territory here. We made a lower low again, 358 if we come over here on that big green day. All right, and then you also made a new intraday low today. Okay, guys, bulls are not doing a very good job at defending their territory, and I think it's only a matter of time until they just let it slip. Okay, but at the same time, if they do want to squeeze some people out, that's why I alerted that I was going to be taking the hedge this morning, all right? Now, I'm going to be quite honest. I took that a little early. I could have waited. I did add to it at literally the exact bottom, and if you guys do want to know how I did catch that, as I always say, okay, it's done with divergences. On Webull, it was very much more apparent, but you can also, what I was watching is on the 15-minute time frame right here. Right when I started seeing this hinge and I started paying attention, then you get that. There you go. That's literally your bottom. All right. But again, I want to point out that you are literally just declining. You had these that are pretty much all the same size and volume right here. And those were 3 candles there. And the rest of the day, you're going up on this declining volume. That is not sexy, guys. That is not sexy at all. All right. I'm serious. It's the same exact setup as over here. All right. And I'm not going to ignore the technicals. So shout out to the guy who's like, may the best man win. Who the fuck says that, dude? I'm serious. It makes no sense to say something like that. You are literally trying to take a bet with someone who doesn't care where it goes. I will play it both ways. I literally don't care. All right. But I'm like a man of logic. I'm a man of TA. And I don't understand why you're even going to try and like tempt me into gambling here. There's just no reason to. All right. Straight up, this was exactly according to plan. I told you guys Monday through Wednesday, I'm expecting to most likely have a bull trap short squeeze rally with plenty of rocket fuel, so you're not going to want to get in the way of it. And yeah, it happened, okay? It happened. And I don't know if that's the end of it. Maybe we do have something going into the end of the day. I don't know, okay? But what I do want to say is queuing up is if we do have this thing, if this does not close underneath here, if we close above yesterday's open, we have a bearish harami or bearish harami. We'll call it harami. A bearish harami forming on the daily chart of SPY. And then we also come over here to, yeah, QQQ. I mean, it's a little worse looking over there. But we come over here to VIX, and you have a bullish harami, whereas if you have a bearish candle, and then you open here. So I'm just saying, guys, even though you had this bearish engulfing candle on the VIX that I called out yesterday in my Webull update, I said, like, hey, we know this market is not respecting the engulfing candles. So I'm not going to Not going to say I know what's going to happen with this because, hey, we just got literal proof that the bearish engulfing candle right here did not, like, it's not being respected, okay? And I do think, yeah, dealers are probably causing this tight trading range. And I do think they're going to drop the ball at some point and people are going to get wrecked. You notice how the CCI down here is hinging down? Yeah. I mean, like, look, guys, okay? We can stay down here for quite some time. All right. You see what happened here. All right. You see what happened down here. Like, we can stay down here, and just because it looks like we're oversold does not mean that anybody could just ignore the fundamentals. It makes no sense, all right? Like, I'm someone who doesn't trade off fundamentals, but when the TA and the fundamental analyses are both matching up, like, I'm serious, guys. It makes no sense to be buying this thing, and all big money is not going to be buying this thing. The only people who are going to be buying these things is the shorts that are covering and the dealers who are trying to make those shorts cover before they then drop it. Think about it. The more people are on this side of the trade when it happens, the more the dealers get squoze, okay? And if the dealers don't want to get squoze, they're going to have to ride with everyone anyway. And I already think they are riding with anyone. I have no proof of that, but straight up, like, if I'm calling all this out, completely logical scenarios here, not scenarios, but like literally what's happening, I don't doubt that the people who know everything about the market and literally run the scene behind the scenes, why wouldn't they know? Okay, so I'm just saying, guys, like, that's why so many people are on one side of the trade. And yes, I'm not denying that, yeah, you got rocket fuel because of it, but at the same time, it doesn't make sense, and nobody's going to buy causing those shorts to cover unless their dealers causing a bull trap rally, all right? I told you guys yesterday in detail, I told you guys, please don't get trapped. Please don't get trapped, all right? That's literally all I was saying, and it looked clear as day like a bull trap. What the fuck did we get today? What is this, guys? What is this? This is massive. Absolutely massive. I was down so many thousands yesterday. And I was like, to be exact, I was down like 4K yesterday. I made it all back and more today. Like, straight up. Like, that's how big this move down. Like, that's, I told you guys, rug pull. It's either happening going into the end of the day or it's setting up to happen tomorrow. All right? That's literally what happened. Okay? They trapped the shit out of everyone with a big-ass gap down. All right, so going over to the daily time frame on IWM, we have the same exact thing forming that we have on SPY, the bearish harami, okay? And we only have one more day to close above, like, here on the SPY. I'm just saying, guys, like, it's looking like the weekly analysis is going to be exactly correct. We had the bull trap Monday through Wednesday, and then we're going to fall going into the end of the week. I'm just saying, okay, if anyone wants to doubt the TA again, and anybody wants to just test me in my comments, I'm like most likely just going to block you and you're not going to get the TA at all. I'm sorry to say that, but straight up, all right? Like, I'm not going to sit here and be tested in my own comment section on something that I am clearly demonstrating that continuously works. Like, I'm not an emotional trader, okay? I'm literally not an emotional trader. Take that into consideration here. You know, don't tell me I'm with the crowd. It honestly, it quite frankly peeves me, the fact that I have been doing this and someone really thinks that I am trading with the crowd. Why do you think I've been winning so much? Why do you think you guys have been winning so much? Why do you think the channel has been winning so much? Why do you think the Webull now has 300, almost 340 followers in 2 weeks and 4 days? Because people are seeing it's literally all going exactly according to plan. And what am I basing it all off of? TA, okay? That's all I got to say, all right? I'm not going to touch on the subject again. But that's that, all right? That's literally that. If someone wants to be a troll, then, I mean, they're going to get treated like a troll. And that goes for Webull. I realize that I'm not arguing with anybody in my Webull comments anymore. I will literally just block them immediately when I see a toxic comment, okay? Because I know if someone's pretty much telling me that I'm going to be wrong or I've been wrong, that means they're just not checking my track record, all right? And if you're going to open your fat mouth without checking the track record, all right, without doing your own due diligence, then, yeah, you don't deserve to be rich. You don't deserve the financial freedom that I'm literally giving people for free. All right. Like, people like in my life have continuously, there's been 4 people so far that have told me I should be selling you guys what I'm doing here for free. All right. And I've like explained the numbers. Like, dude, if I'm making like this month, dude, I've made, I think it's like 20 grand. Like, yeah, like, dude, it doesn't even matter. I don't care if I get 100 people to pay me $50. It's 5 grand. That's 1/4 of what I just mentioned. All right. There's no reason. And the exponential growth curve has been hit. And if you guys want it, I'm serious, guys. Take out the emotions from the equation. All right. I'm not perfect. I'm a human being just like everybody else. But I'm serious, guys. I don't have a bias here when I come to you guys on this channel, and I'm literally just reading what is in front of me. If it's bullish, I point it out. Like, what do you think I was doing with the 4-hour time frame for the past few days? I was saying, like, this is fully on the table. Like, it is risky to establish the full position because, like, hey, it's on the table, all right? So if I was biased, why would I even be calling it out? All right, guys, so I think that is pretty much all I really have to say. Okay, I'm not going to touch on that subject again. I'm making it very clear for anybody. Okay, if you're making money, please don't try and troll me in my own comment section. Don't try and test me in my own comment section. There's literally no reason. I'll just block you. All right, like straight up. And you're not gonna like make a new YouTube channel. But then, I mean, again, if you want to comment again, I'll block you again. All right, it's literally, I will cut off anyone. I am doing this 100% for free. I don't know anybody else on YouTube or the internet who is this accurate, even if they are like making people pay. Okay, so I mean, honestly, I'm putting hours a day into this shit, and I will not take shit from anyone for putting out what I literally am doing. Okay, all right. So as far as the VIX goes, all right, it's the same exact thing I said on the beginning of the video. I do want to point out that you made this high and you did not form the bearish divergence. Okay, in the past we have seen bearish divergences form out, and they're just not here right now. We come over to 4-hour time frame, and this is something that I called out in my my Webull update yesterday. I didn't talk about it, but I just included a picture on it. Like that yesterday's drop on the VIX and the rise on QQ and SPY. Like, guys, it's just expected. Okay, you listen to TA, it's gonna keep playing out. That's pretty much it. Okay, you just can't get involved there. Like someone was talking about fundamental factors, and I told them, like, I honestly don't view anything that way. I really don't. Like, I take the fundamentals into consideration, but in reality, no, dude. The technical analysis has not failed me. It continues to predict the news, and it's really fucking weird. All right, but like, it literally just continues to predict the news. Jay Bravo taught me that about 2 years ago. And until these past few months making these YouTube videos, I haven't clearly seen what he meant. Now I clearly see the charts literally do predict the news before it happens, because big money knows what's happening behind the scenes. So they're getting prepared for it. And as long as I know how to watch big money, and that's what I was saying about, like, hey, crowd does not equals big money. Crowd equals retail. Okay. If you know how to watch big money, you're going to continuously get every single move right. All right. All right, so I do want to point out that you still are in this range here, okay? You're still in this range, and it does look like you have broken down from it as of right now. You were heading back down to lows. That is pretty sexy, guys, okay? That is pretty dang sexy, and again, like, volume just tells the story, guys. It really does. You've had this declining volume the whole time. Look at this, all right? Like, let's see this. You went up, went down, okay? When you're going... All right, you know what? That's actually a very terrible example right there. You're going up, flat volume. Start stalling out, you go like that. All right, and you have slightly increased volume right here. You go back up slightly, your volume decreases a little bit. Then you start falling off a cliff here, your volume spikes. All right. Now, I'm just going to say right now, I do think, like, dealers really are in control of this whole market right now, because they're like, both sides are like nervous. All right. I've been nervous. That's why I added the hedge. And that's why I was hinting at, or not hinting at, that's why I told you guys, like, you know, okay, like, pain equals sloppy decision making. I added the hedge a day later because I didn't want to feel the pain that I felt yesterday. I had the opportunity to not feel it. Instead, I wiped like a decent amount of my profits off the table by the time we got here, when in reality, I could have just, you know, done the logical thing back here, and I, you know, would have had the hedge ahead of time, and then I would have been able to not have my emotions pick up that said pain over here and be like, oh, I don't want to feel that again, because I wouldn't have felt any pain in the first place, and I would have literally made a shit ton of more money than I am up right now, all right? But I will say right now, all right, I'm working on getting better at being on both sides of the trade, all right? Because that is something that I have failed at twice now, all right? I very much so don't like failing. That is, but at the same time, failure leads to lessons, and lessons leads to progress, and progress leads to greatness, all right? So, I mean, I completely welcome my failures. I told you guys what in yesterday's Webull update, I left it off literally with a lesson of mine. So go check that out if you want to see my mistake of the day yesterday, which was exactly what I just talked about. Not like, not doing the logical thing over here and not adding the hedge. I got to get better at literally just being on both sides of the trades. All right. Like straight up, that was like my greed stepping in over here. I just didn't want to give up any part of the gains if we were to fall. And in reality, no, my plan would have actually worked out perfectly fine. Okay. You buy the shorter dated calls with 1/3 of the position, and like worst case scenario, you just lost like 1/3. Okay. So what you got in, say you had 9 contracts, right? You buy 3 contracts of equal value over here with the shorter dated, because I mean, obviously we know we're not going to go on a bull run or anything. And that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of people, I just keep seeing them fucking, they just keep commenting, not on my shit, but all on the Webull shit, YouTube, like in the YouTube comments, everything's oversold. Everything's over. No, it's not. Like this is a bear market, guys. Like straight up, this has been expected. Okay, like things can happen. Okay, and also the weekly time frame and the monthly time frame greatly outweigh the daily time frame. I do want to point out that holy shit, you have this increasing volume here, is you have this massive red candle compared to this over here where you had both sides fighting. Okay, and you also had this right here, so you pretty much stalled, and now the bears are starting to pick up the tab. All right, guys. So I think that's pretty much it. I don't think we really have anything else to cover. Someone asked about DXY, what I thought about DXY. I think you were saying that because it was down yesterday. I just want to say, I don't care. It's like this, and that's not to be mean or anything. It's just, I told you guys exactly how I trade. I watch what I watch, and all the factors that I see people mention a lot of them are BS and they don't matter. All right. They literally don't. And it's not to say anyone's PA is shit. Okay. I'm literally pointing out that I have found what has worked. I've documented what has worked. And now I'm providing daily written updates that are just extremely precise over on the Webull. Like I'm just saying, I am continuously showing the proof of concept with the factors that I've been watching. And if something does pop up that caught me off guard, and there was a factor that would have allowed me to see that coming, and I didn't see it coming, then yeah, I'll add it to my my vault of secrets here, my trading secrets. All right. But if I don't see that happening, then yeah, why would I rely on anything else but the thing that's been working? All right. The dollar, I will say, you got this top and tail looking thing right here, but you also had the same thing over here, and then you started coming down. But then you just kept going up after 2 weeks. All right. But I just want to say, okay, the dollar is only going to be going up if more fear comes into the market. If you start breaking these lows, dollar is most likely going to continue going up. All right, I told you guys Bolkowski's little rule here. All right, well, I guess we could call it a rule. At the apex or vortex, whatever it's called, all right, at the end of the pattern, all right, this is normally where inflection points would occur, okay? We have a ways to go over here. This is August of 2023. That's what month are we in? We're in September, all right? So that's 10 more months to go, I believe, if my math is correct there. Just saying, guys, we could have a lot of pain. And I'm serious, okay, for people buying longs, and this is primarily what just worries me, all right? People that I know are literally, they keep saying, like, oh, it's a buying opportunity. It's not a buying opportunity, dude. I'm telling you exactly why. Like, there's logic suggesting that we're probably going to keep going down or at least stagnate until 2024. All right. And that's because that's when the Fed is likely going to stop raising rates. Okay. They're going to continue. They already announced that they're going to continue raising rates going into the end of 2023. So that means we literally have another year of pain. Okay. And there was a Fed speaker that came out saying that, paraphrasing, of course, as I always do here on this channel, that we didn't even get to the restricted policy yet. Like the rates right now are not restrictive. They're not even in that territory. So I'm just saying, when they do get restrictive, that's when we see a lot more pain. People think it's priced in. It's not priced in because shit ain't happening yet. It's just the start. And holy sweet baby Jesus. All right, guys, if we get the close on SPY /QQQ, okay, underneath 362.17 on a SPY, underneath 270.02 here on QQQ, which that's actually wrong. Okay, it's not 270.02. It is 269.28. I don't know why I had that level. If we get these closes, guys, I am going to add the rest of my position. All right. And yeah, I'm definitely obviously going to be cutting out the call hedge there. Now, I already, as it stands, I only have like half of that hedge left. And yeah, I already acknowledged, like, that literally was because I felt the pain yesterday, and to hide myself from the pain today, from the possibility of it, I took it, all right? But that's what I'm saying, okay? Pain leads to bad decisions. I'm not going to say the hedge today was a bad decision, but if I had taken the right decision yesterday, which was like not only what my gut was telling me, but what TA was suggesting, and I completely ignored it because of fundamental reasons, all right? And this is just another example of how you should always be listening to TA. All right. A lot of people don't believe in it, but hey, like there's nothing else that works. I promise there is nothing else that works if you want to do what we're doing. There is literally not. All right. But straight up, always listen to TA, because instead of listening to TA yesterday, which I did end up I have listened to it. I cut 1/3 of the position. Luckily, I started adding that back by the end of the day. I didn't add all of it back, but if I did just do what, like, you know, Tia was suggesting was going to happen, and if I wanted to like completely prevent the pain, I knew exactly how to do so. I just didn't because of my greed. I wanted more gains if we did end up getting closing underneath, because guys, let's be real, okay? If you do have a close underneath the June lows, there's a lot of fucking panic that's going to come out of nowhere. All right, and I'm serious, guys. All right, Bank of England is just fucking shit up. Okay, someone said no, actually, I think this was also with the little, someone tested me in the comment section. I said, like, hey, Bank of England is doing the opposite. They gave up on the fight against inflation. If this ain't a red flag to the U.S. on what they got to do, I don't know what is, dude. Like, straight up. Like, the world, or like a lot of people thought the market was rallying off of that. I don't think the market was rallying off that. That was literally technical analysis that was causing the market to rally off that. There's a reason we had declining volume here all day until obviously we had that. And I think like the volume spike, I think someone just wanted it up. Okay. They wanted it to be that more of a bull trap. Okay. Now, with that being said, I'm going to catch you guys in the next video, which will be tomorrow, or you can go check me out over on Webull, and I will catch you guys there. Probably 6 to 7 o'clock. I've been posting those things. So they do take quite a decent amount of time to really, for me to just go over the charts and get everything down. And it's not like the videos where I can forget things. No, it's literally like, okay, like I am sitting down there for an hour typing this out, maybe sometimes an hour and a half, where I'm just sitting here looking at charts and giving you guys every single possible piece of TA you can get. I don't care if it goes with my bias. I don't care if it goes against it. All right. It's going in the update because I'm not going to be blindsided. I don't want the people that I'm leading here to be blindsided as well. All right, guys. That being said, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.